What's good, YouTube family? Hope everybody's been doing well. I've been doing extremely stretched, going back and forth, trying to take care of everything that needs to be taken care of. So I definitely appreciate the patience and trying to push these videos out. But I want to talk about today the important lesson of the pursuit of perfection, and in addition, the pursuit of perfection in an imperfect world. What I mean by that is pursuit of perfection. Nothing in this world is deemed perfect. Everything has flaws. If we study philosophy or psychology or whatever you want to study, there are many points of basis that would directly attack that and say that numerous things are perfect, or the ideal, or the structure in which we know of as perfect. But I debate and argue just the mannerisms and the daily things that you go through the journey of manhood, in addition to the journey of adulthood, which either one of those things never truly end. They go on forever because you cannot revert back to being a child. Once you become an adult and a man or whatever it may be, you stay like that forever. And it's a joke that goes around now that I heard about a month ago, and where it said God only made one thing perfect, and that's Floyd Mayweather's boxing record. And I thought that was hilarious because it goes right into exactly everything I'm saying. As you go through your journey through manhood, as you go through your journey of adulthood, even as much as you try to be perfect, things will not go perfect. I did an excellent video, I thought, talking about how young black males can deal with constructive criticism and the basis behind what you need to look for when you're receiving criticism from someone, and how you can turn into, and just the signs you need to look for that go from unfair criticism or actually helpful things to help you grow in your life through journey through manhood. And even as myself, as I want to consider myself being a great example for young African American males, as I want to be the best I could possibly be, as I grow and study and learn and just get better every single day that I do things, I find myself even making mistakes. Even this week, I possibly have made the biggest, well, I wouldn't say the biggest mistake of my life, but I made one of the biggest flops, goofs, fumbles in my entire life. Maybe one of the biggest. And I'm not sure exactly. I don't want to get too much into detail about what exactly happened, but it's one of those situations where if you knew what I was talking about, it kind of one of those situations we could definitely laugh it off. But it kind of came, it either close to me, could either hit a grand slam, hit a home run, or being struck at the plate. So it's almost kind of like one of those scenarios where it's 3-2. You just got to take a swing, either going to be a hit or a miss. And as you see the ball coming towards you, it could be a curve, it could be a changeup, it could be a fastball, it could be whatever. And if you don't prepare for it, you don't know what's happening. And then they got a thing called a breaking ball where you may prepare for it, but mid spin, mid rotation, mid throw, the ball changes. And you yourself have to figure out now how to adjust yourself to make it work. And being that you cannot always do that, a lot of times a lot of things fumble may arise. But the basis and the point of being is to always strive towards perfection. Don't let life one mistake cause you to quit the journey to strive towards perfection. Don't let one little accident, one little fall, one little fumble cause you to want to drop everything you're doing. Because as you go through the journey of life, life is not perfect. We had this conversation several times before about everything, whether it be emotion, whether it be whatever you may have, whether it be ideas, everything is temporary. So never fall into the trap of constantly saying everything has to be right. And then even when something goes wrong, whether expectantly, whether unexpectedly, or like what happened to me this week where I made that huge mistake, I'm upset about it, but at the same time, I'm healthy, everything's fine. It was not a bad mistake, it was actually one that you can actually recover from. But it was one that made me think inside the back of my head. It kind of, how can I put it, sobered me up a little bit in my mindset, and even as clear of a thinker as I think I am, to not get caught up in the clouds, to pay attention in detail ever so awfully, to do every single thing that you want. And if that you want something in life, if you want it hard enough, There is nothing or no one that can truly stop you from achieving it, or at least I should not say achieve it, but at least strive towards achieving it. So everything you do and everything you say this week and the week beyond, and as you go through the journey of life, just remember that no one or nothing is perfect. But if you strive towards perfection, you never lose. You always win. But even as you go through this journey this week in school, work, whatever, just pay attention in detail. Pay attention to everything you do. Find a situation, and even inside those situations, you're going to have what we call fight or flight. But I even call it make or break, which is you're going to have these make or break moments where you're going to ask yourself, do I take the elevator or the stairs? And maybe that's going to be a great teaching lesson I'm going to teach, because that's basically what the whole story revolved around. I had an option to take the elevator or take the stairs. I chose the elevator, and ultimately I made a huge mistake. And, like I said, I'm actually not going to get too much in detail about it, but you will see in life that you're going to have little opportunities within those little microseconds of trying to make that connection, trying to make that next move to be the best person you can possibly be, to have that little stepping stone. You're going to have that little 20-second window to think as fast as possible and use critical thinking of what I can do. And if you make the right decision, your life will go correctly. So just stay on your P's and Q's, or whatever you call it, dot all your T's, cross all your I's, and make all the chances and strive towards perfection. And when you have that moment to actually try to figure things out, use it. When you have that moment to try to get your timing down pat, use it. And go into situations already kind of developing some game plans. Kind of think about life and kind of have your moves ready. And push come to shove, when you get inside a situation, just critically think. Slow down, use your words, breathe, think deliberately, think clearly, and I promise you, everything you do as you strive towards whatever, maybe a goal, maybe a brand new car, maybe a house, maybe a friendship, maybe a relationship, whatever you strive towards, you will begin to see more success, or at least more accurate attempts at whatever you want when you continue to think critically. But this is me. This is just how to be perfect in an imperfect world, your thought process and what it needs to be. Peace, and we on to the next one.